this is so comedic that I need to make sure they're still getting the deeper message.
Yeah.
And
We
because
got
they
it.
were so exaggerated.
Bong Joon, we got it, bruh. We got the message, dog.
Welcome to Fresh Out. I'm JC.
And I'm Cude.
And we're fresh out of Mickey 17.
Mickey 17 has director Bong Joon-ho putting Robert Pattinson to work as the expendable character Mickey. The dangerous job that no one wants is tailor-made for Mickey and his many clones. Mickey 17.
Mickey 17.
What did we like about this movie, dude?
Okay, so Bong Joon-ho, right? Great director.
Great.
Also, amazing cast, right? We got
really good cast.
Really good cast. We
Yeah,
got Pattinson, Robert Pattinson.
Yep.
Naomi Ackie. We got Stephen Ewan.
Yes.
Toni Collette.
Yes.
And Mark Ruffalo.
Yes.
So all-star cast coming into this film.
Now their characters that they play are very exaggerated characters, except for like Stephen Ewan's character is not too exaggerated. He's
kind of on the surface.
He's an a-hole,
but
he's like a generic a-hole.
Yes.
And Naomi, she is the girlfriend of Mickey, and she's just a regular. She's a regular chick. She's a regular person. Mark Ruffalo and Toni Collette and Mickey. Are exaggerated characters.
Absolutely.
Dude. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think purposefully so.
Yeah, it's purposefully because he's trying to get a point across. This is supposed to be a comedy. Mm-hmm. So, like, I guess he thought that making some characters over-exaggerated was going to add to the comedic effect. Did that happen? Not so much for me.
And to that point, sci-fi comedy, right? That's how it's being marketed. And this is his first kind of sci-fi comedy he's done. So I think most of the time we've seen in Bong Joon-ho's films, there's a deeper message. It's more of a dramatic film,
and it's more based in reality.
Yeah,
his other stuff is on Earth. It's based on what are you doing in your regular day, stuff like that. So this movie is definitely in left field, and that was another good thing that I liked about this movie was that. The sci-fi setting.
Yes.
It's spot on.
The setting is
really dope. It's really cool. Like the first, I would say 30 to 45 minutes of the movie. This is a 2-hour movie?
2 hours and maybe like 20 minutes or something like that.
Okay, the first 30 to 45 minutes is like spot on with like the tone is spot on for me. The atmosphere of it, like Mickey in general, like everything was full, all cylinders were going in the first 30 to 45 minutes. That was also good because he did a new setting that was new for him as a director, and he nailed the sci-fi. He nailed that.
You definitely
I was
felt
very interested.
Yes. Because, right, the whole premise is Mickey 17, he is this expendable character, which is able to be cloned, and so they're kind of using him as like a lab rat, right?
He signs up to be a lab rat because he knows that they will take they download his consciousness, so he's the same person every time they clone him.
And he remembers all of his previous experiences.
And he remembers it.
Which is interesting.
Which was so weird to me, though, because when I started thinking about it, when he was signing up to be an expendable, this is a no spoiler review, so we're not going to go into that, but he was signing up to be an expendable because he didn't really have anything going for him on Earth. Earth is in shambles, too. They don't really show Earth, but you can see by the weather that's outside the window, Earth is in rough shape. So you have a line of refugees out the building trying to get off of Earth.
Enough so where they're going to they're willing to go to this other planet with, and we'll say, not spoiling too much, but Mark Ruffalo as kind of this new supreme leader, which isn't necessarily qualified to be that leader.
I wouldn't even call him a supreme leader, though, but he's more
in his mind, he is.
He's more of like the I don't want to like put him into a person that actually exists.
But you will see some parallels with certain people in our current society.
It's obvious. But he is the creator of a company that pushes the limits, the boundaries for humanity.
Yes.
Helps out humanity in a lot of ways. Now, is he helping out humanity because he feels like it's helping humanity, or is it because of narcissism?
Yeah.
You know what I
The
mean?
ego.
And so
Yeah.
if you can draw some parallels to what's going on Earth right now. But like, so Mickey, this is the one thing that I didn't understand was Mickey signed up to be an expendable because like to get off planet, since Earth is in shambles, to get off planet, you need to be specialized in something. Have a PhD. Be a scientist.
Yep.
Have some know-how in something to be like, oh yeah, we'll put you on Mars because you are good at this.
Yes.
Mickey's not good at nothing. You know what I mean? So the only way he can get off of Earth because of his situation is to become an expendable. And I asked you in the theater, I was like, how much are they getting paid? Is money a thing? Because they never talk about money in this whole. Even the billionaire Mark Ruffalo character, they never talk about how rich he is. They never talk about money at all.
They never actually equate a dollar value to anything. It's more like you're a part of this society that we're creating, and everybody has their role. And based on whatever that role is, this is the lifestyle you're gonna have in this society. But it's not exactly clear like what are you getting over somebody else based on what your role is there. It's definitely
so he
ambiguous.
signs up to be an expendable. So they put him through all these lab tests and everything, and I was just kind of like, after like the 5th time of you being killed, like, don't you retain some of that memory where it's like kind of scary? He's not scared at all.
No.
Like he just dies every time. He's just like, what do you want me to do? Oh, you want me to take my helmet off outside of the spaceship? Okay.
Yeah.
It's like it's kind of weird to me because I'm like, that's when the tone of the movie kind of caught me off guard because I was like, every movie, even if it's a ridiculous movies work when they have some type of basis in reality. And for him to still retain all of his memories and then he still doesn't care about dying, like, dude, I'd be scared every time something was going to happen. After the first time, I'd be scared.
Yeah, so. I think they talk about it a little bit. I don't think it's that he doesn't care, and it's not that he's used to it. It's just like he just doesn't talk about it. But he's like it's scary every time. I think they talk about it a little bit.
That's the lead up to the
yeah. But the entire time people are always like, hey, how is it to die? And you know, and the entire time
that's a crazy question, though.
It is.
You know what I mean? To think about it.
And I know Bong Joon-ho, he's always asking the questions like that, right? Where it's
think about you can die, experience that, come back. You're healthy, brand new body.
Well, and you see
physical,
him experiencing that kind of, I guess, like phantom fatigue. Where it's like, he's like, I lost a limb, I was poisoned, I was whatever, and he's like looking at his hand like, whoa, this is still here? What the heck? Like, dude. It's...
Yeah, that's cool you caught that, because now that when I think about the scenes, I'm like, okay, yeah, he was doing stuff like that, like looking in the mirror at himself, like, my head got blown off last time. It's here again.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
And
so
actually, on the Pattinson character, which this is going to be maybe an unpopular opinion, just because we're talking about Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
His accent.
Yeah.
I think people...
It was a weird accent.
It was a weird accent.
Like, where is this accent from?
Yeah.
Where is that from?
I liked it only because when I think of an accent, as far as like a character in a film, if I was to close my eyes and this guy talked, I would not think it was Pattinson.
Not at all.
No way.
So his accent was like, because I don't know if they do the accent in the trailer, but his accent is like a gangster in Chicago in the 1930s or something. Like it's like a weird. You can't place it. It works. We'll let that slide. That was cool.
And I think that they do that purposefully so, because it's like, for that character that's supposed to be this expendable, I have no experience in whatever. Like they're trying to make him seem like he's this like off the streets, like
just unsure, like just very like not timid. I guess he was kind of
a little timid.
Yeah, he was timid.
But
overall, like though the acting in this movie, other outside of Mark Ruffalo, because that was like super overacting. But I think
oh my gosh.
I think that's what the villain was written as.
Yeah.
To be just like super whatever that was.
If you watch the movie, you'll see this. He was talking through his teeth.
Yeah,
it was
his
like,
teeth are so big.
Yeah,
he's
talking like this the whole time. And
yeah,
you're like, oh my God. Like I don't know what I was expecting.
Super overacting,
but it wasn't that. But
yeah, super
I think
overacting.
it was supposed to like we said, emulate.
It was supposed to be like
some guy with the ego that you know.
It was supposed to be like that. So it was overacted to make a point.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
Now, that is one of the bad things to me was the overacting took me away from like the points that he was trying to make. Rather than being nuanced and having characters that are well written and characters that like are complex, I feel like some of the characters in this movie are just like surface level. Oh, this guy's a narcissistic rich dude who doesn't care about anybody.
Yeah.
It's like you could have made that point known through smaller things. And that is one of the biggest gripes of this movie that I've experienced, and that like I've noticed other people that complain about things of the movie. They all go back to everything in this movie is surface level. Like everything in this movie is surface level. You don't have to think.
I could see that.
Parasite, you had to think a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even the host, you had to think a little bit. Snowpiercer, it was a little bit of thought into it. You know what I mean? Those are a little bit more slapsticky, like in terms of like how the movies were made. Parasite's on a whole nother level. Parasite is a diamond in the rough. I don't think he'll ever have another Parasite. I would relate this movie more to The Host or Snowpiercer. You know what I mean? In that feel. Kind of like, not slapsticky, but like...
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Like, I think Snowpiercer...
Kind of corny.
Snowpiercer's somewhere in between because they did kind of visit that class struggle and like show the differences, and there's a serious message there. And I think with this one, he did a similar thing. And I think actually you mentioned this after we saw Mickey 17, which was he tried to kind of take all of the themes he's done throughout all of his movies and just jam it all into one.
And that brings us to another bad thing of this movie.
Yeah.
Not only were the characters surface level, but a lot of the messaging was so surface level. It's like, okay, if you take Parasite was like a ball peen hammer to the back of a billionaire's skull, right? This movie had so many messages, so many things that he was trying to get across, societal wise. Like it had so many messages. It's like taking a sledgehammer to the back of the guy. You know what I mean? And it's just like, dude, as a moviegoer and as an average moviegoer, I feel we would have understood the things that he was trying to say without having it jammed into us like it was, dude. It was like overload of like, how many? There was like 10 messages in this movie. I'm like, bro, choose a lane, man. Pick two of these.
I think because he was trying this kind of sci-fi comedy
this
thing
was
for
his
the
biggest
first
movie
time,
so far, too.
and it's the widest release. So as far as budget, audience, he's trying to make sure he's appealing to his previous audience, right? His Parasite audience, we'll say, because that's probably most people know.
That's most people is going to know from Parasite.
And then maybe they don't know of him that well, other than maybe hearing about Parasite because they didn't watch it. So they're like, what's this big, wide sci-fi comedy that's in theaters?
Robert Pattinson, huge
pull. Mark Ruffalo, the whole cast is great. So he's trying to be able to appeal to this audience that maybe that's not a fan of his, but also make sure he's...
But did he think we were dumb or something? Because it felt like he was just like, bro, like...
That's the tough thing, right? Because
I think slamming it on,
He was. And I think because he was laying it on so thick, he was trying to appeal to too many audiences. He's trying to give all of his messages. He's trying to hit every audience.
This is his biggest movie so far in terms of budget.
Biggest budget.
So he was trying to throw everything in there. He threw the kitchen sink in there, dude.
Yes.
And it was just like, geez, man.
Because
I was tired. Halfway through the movie, I was like, okay, we get it, man.
I think he was trying to
side you're on.
He's trying to overcompensate for the fact that it's a sci-fi comedy, and he's like, if this is so comedic that I need to make sure they're still getting the deeper message.
Yeah.
And
We
because
got
they
it.
were so exaggerated.
Bong Joon, we got it, Brett. We got the message, dog. And my thing is, we're not gonna get into spoilers, but
Yeah.
the first two things that he wanted to talk about, these aren't spoilers. You can get this from the trailer. Is cloning.
Yep.
And consciousness.
Yeah.
He could have just focused on those two things, especially if we have AI coming out now strong.
Yeah.
He could have focused on those two things, kept out all the other, because I swear to God, there was like 8 other messages that he's pushing in.
Yeah.
Refugees, immigration, native things.
Well, and I think there was
class warfare again.
There was a pressure because he had all these A-listers, I'm going to guess, that they all had their own storyline. And it's like,
too many storylines.
Too many storylines
that weren't. They
weren't even really parallel. They were all just happening at the same time, and it's like, and each of them had a message. So if you think, okay, we got what 5, 6 characters, they all have a message. I'm just getting hammered left and right with all these messages.
Overload, dude.
Yeah.
Overload. So that was that one thing took off so many points for me. Because I enjoyed the first 30 to 45 minutes. I enjoyed it, dude.
We're watching Mickey just getting pummeled.
Slaughtered.
I know, that's the best part.
Like, it was cool. I was like, yo, I can dig this. Like, let's go with this cloning thing, because when Mickey 18 pops up, that's when things like hit the fan.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
You know, you got Mickey 18, Mickey 17.
There
like, can't be 2 people at one.
There can only be one.
There can only be one. So we talk about consciousness. What is a soul? Does a clone have a soul? He could have focused solely on that stuff, dude. And this would have been not Parasite level, because Parasite is hard to get. Parasite,
it's going to be
Parasite's
tough
a 9 out of 10. That's going to be hard to get. Maybe even a 10 out of 10.
There we go.
But like,
there we go.
But like, not even to put it on Parasite level, but this could have been a strong 8, dude. This could have been a strong 8.
It was on its way to a strong 8.
Dude, it started out so promising. And then as time went by, they just kept on adding in extra things. And I'm just like, all right, dog.
Yeah.
All right, dog. I'm like, I'm tired already. I'm getting sleepy. But yeah, I guess that'll bring us to our rating.
We already started throwing out numbers. Might as well talk about it.
So I'll go first, dude.
There we go.
I'll go first. So I loved the casting. I loved the setting. The acting was good. I'll accept the exaggerated acting and the surface level characters, right?
Yep.
For what it is, right? All of that spot on. Loved it. Lighting, cinematography, all that's good. All that's good. But the issue of having too many messages really brought that down for me, dude. And I am going to have to go 5 out of 10.
Ooh,
this movie.
5 out of 10.
This movie was mid. This was a mid movie. You should not go see in my opinion, you should not go see this in movie theaters. You should wait for a discount Tuesday, $5 Tuesday.
Dang.
Or just wait for it to come on Max since it's Warner Brothers.
It'll be on Max. It'll be on Max.
It'll be on Max in a month because this movie is not going to make its money back. It's going to be a flop.
Shyamalanian twist right here. With
Shyamalan. What a twist. So.
Man. All right. Well, yeah, the more I think about it, I do agree with all the stuff you were saying, right? Cast was great. They a bit exaggerated, but that's what was needed, right? It's a sci-fi comedy, and for Bong Joon-ho, I think that's foreign territory, right? Yeah. He's very used to having that message, but having it embedded in a drama that has some comedic elements sprinkled in, right? Not as on the nose.
Like Parasite was funny. The first half of Parasite was funny.
Exactly, right? Yeah. But when you have a sci-fi comedy, it's supposed to be like satirical, like over the top, you know, movies like Idiocracy, Spaceballs, if you're going with that category. To try to toe the line between let's make it ridiculous and funny and what Hollywood expects it to be, which I'm sure there's probably some Hollywood execs that had some insight or like input that were like, hey, it needs to be like this. I guarantee that was part of it, right? Too. And he was like, no, that's not what I'm doing. Anyways,
American producers telling them what to do.
And he's like, hey, this is Warner Brothers, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
you're in the big league
now. You gotta
play by the rules.
I'm sure he was probably to an extent, this wasn't his full vision.
Yeah.
That said, I can appreciate him taking a big swing at something where you're trying to put in a serious message, have it be a sci-fi comedy, create this world with this A-list cast, and bring out the best in them, even if it's a bit exaggerated, right? So that said, I'm going to go 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
Yeah, 7 out of 10. I know you
7
gave it
out
a
of 10,
5,
dude.
but 7, I was on the
7
6.
is good.
I was on the cusp of 6 and 7.
6 is okay. 7 is good.
To your point earlier, I was at an 8. I was at the 8 and then hit that plateau and then just started to decline when I kept getting hit over the head.
Okay.
But the thing that keeps it at that 7 for me, I'm gonna say, is Pattinson. Honestly,
Yeah. No, he was good in it.
I mean, all the actors,
especially with the 2 different versions. Because it wasn't like he was playing Robert Pattinson, like with a different voice.
No.
Like these were 2 totally different characters.
You will see in the film; they'll explain it more. But
it was good. It was cool.
These clones.
All right,
are similar,
I rescind. I'm gonna go 6 out of 10, dude.
Hey,
I'll go 6 out of 10.
There we go.
I'll go 6 out of 10.
The more you thought about Pattinson,
I'll go 6 out of 10. It's not a movie that I'm gonna watch again.
Yeah.
But it was not mid. It was okay.
Yeah.
Because a 6 out of 10 is okay.
A 6 out of 10 is 6 out of 10 is
6 out of 10 is okay.
Respectable. I feel like a 5 is where it goes.
6 out of 10 is okay.
That's an F. That's a
7
fail.
is good. You gave it good.
Yeah.
I gave it okay.
You gave it all right.
Yeah. So like I feel like it's okay. It's okay. It's an okay movie.
Yeah.
Like I'm not just gonna crap all over it.
No.
If somebody asks me, "Yo, did you like this movie?" I'm gonna be like,
it was all right.
You know what? It was okay.
I didn't regret going to the theater to watch it.
Yeah, it
like,
was okay.
Could I have watched it at home? Probably.
I was never bored.
Yeah.
I was never bored.
That's really gonna always be for us the litmus test.
Now I may have sighed a couple of times. It's like, oh God, why?
Right.
Bong Joon,
Bong Joon, whoa, this is not where I thought this was going.
Like, what are you doing? But I mean, 6 and a 7.
Yeah.
We'll go 6 and a 7.
6.5.
So
There we go.
6.5. That's what we're.
That's a solid rating. Yeah.
6.5. I would still recommend. I mean, if you have A-list, then definitely go see it.
Yeah.
If not, it'll be on Max in a month. You know how movies are coming out so fast.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Now, what I personally can't wait for is Robert Pattinson, The Batman 2.
I think that's what a lot of people are waiting for.
That one's gonna be
especially
so
after the
good.
Penguin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you like the Penguin?
I love the Penguin.
Dude,
that was unreal.
Dude. Yeah. That was good. That was good.
Yep.
So we have something to look forward to. I think next week we have a couple of movies coming out. So yeah, we'll be talking about
Novocaine, it seems like, is the big one. Black Bag.
Yeah, those are the
Steven
2.
Soderbergh, yeah.
Those are the 2 we're gonna do. That's
we'll figure out between those 2.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But thank you for watching. Fresh Out. Mickey 17. I am Cude.
I'm JC.
I'm Cude 3.
And I'm JC 4. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching, dude.